to record. Please leave. Go.
Yes. Oh, as Gerardo was speaking, I started thinking about when I did my first IIT, and I feel like a dinosaur because it was at the end of the last century. It was 98 or 97, 98 or 99. And I went to this IIT event with Marshall, and I thought, oh, this nonviolent communication, it's just those four components. It's super easy. It's nothing, it's just, but it seemed like a nice event. I go for these 9 days. Or it was even 11 days at the time. And I thought, just going to go there and I know it all.
Mhm.
And I left kind of being almost like in pieces because all the previous things I thought I knew, they were kind of shaken and have had not found their place yet. But it was a good shake. It was like a sense of waking up, not to knowing it all, but having more a sense of being human, having more of a sense of waking up to that life is about being humans with other humans. It's about being together with others and communication, which is at the core of what we're going to do for these 9 days in Portugal. You know, you don't learn communication on your own. It's not something that is worthwhile kind of learning just on your own. It's something that you harvest together with others. And that's the beauty of it, because you can always learn something more. You always grow when you hang out with people, even with people you don't enjoy. You will maybe learn even more to kind of just being there with others and showing up as you. So for me, that first event was, I think I went to three IITs in 7 months because I felt so much in love with this process. I thought, and I know I was kind of overwhelmed and so after this, but I really had a sense that this is something I really want to do. So that's what I've been doing or all since then. I was certified in 2002, I believe. And and yeah, so I keep coming back to being part of those IITs, and even if I'm a trainer at them at this moment, I always leave them with a sense of being enriched by the meeting the people, enriched by just diving into different subjects with people. And I predict it will be the same with this one. Yeah. So I see a hand up. Is that a hand that we want? Yeah. Do you want?
I wanted to know about the logistics coming from Lisbon to Monte Mariposa.
Okay.
Yeah. In
If I
one
can
minute.
take it.
Yes. So that's a great question. Let's keep that for after presenting. You want to go next, Dimitri? You're next on my screen, so.
I'm happy to go next.
Mm.
Yeah, when you were sharing that you were certified in 2002, I just try to remember that if someone would be saying to me in 2002 that I would ever in my life share something like nonviolent communication, I would probably call him some name that I would not be proud of. And yeah, quite so many years later, I actually visited a 2-day beginners workshop. And in the end of 2-day workshop, there was something that came to my mind that there was a great wish that everybody on this planet could experience at least something out of this NVC, this nonviolent communication. And I have not imagined that maybe a few years later I will actually follow that dream, that idea, and I still do. So it's one of the whenever I do something like a workshop or especially these long-term workshops that I really enjoy, I'm still reminded how much it's needed and how much it changed my life. And it was also like the story is the same like we heard so far. So like the first 9 days that I came, it was actually in training in south of France. It actually changed me and changed my life. And at that point next year when I came again, that was like the decision that I would like to follow the path of sharing what is so precious to me. And I'm doing it since, so it's my full-time job. And I know that like it's also the same, that it's this 4 steps, 3 components. It's like super simple. And if someone asks me like, oh, I can explain it in 15 minutes, but trying to live it, trying to be inspired by that and trying to change the world, it takes a little bit, things a little bit different. And I just came like 2 days ago, came from India. We had like a beautiful event with a small group of people there. And actually in one of my groups, there was a man, a person who was actually a rocket scientist. And he actually said like, he said like, this rocket science, this is really easy. And this NVC, this is really hard. And it's kind of maybe next time we say like, this is like a rocket science, we can now use, this is like an NVC thing. So we can change the proverb. Yeah, and just shortly what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about sharing NVC in a way that it's not shown as teaching. So that it's probably more as an experiential thing, so that you can really get something through that stuff. And I really enjoy embodiments. It's kind of being in my body, sharing what is alive, being present at the moment here and now, and then come from different stuff. And one of my passions is also how to explore passion and compassion. So just to how to deal with different topics. And yeah, and I'm super happy. Like also this Portugal NVC started as a crazy idea and now it's happening. So I'm super excited that we're gonna be there, and also the location. I haven't been there, but I've seen the pictures and stuff. So it's kind of really, really looking forward to be there. So yeah, that's me morning the Q&A, and my vote goes to Rina.
Yay, thank you, Dimitri. And yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the title, Heart Matters. And in 2006, my heart was broken, and I had just walked out of this lovely marriage with my first love and 3 kids. And I was angry, scared, and lost. And I was managing a property. And who comes there? For 9 days, it was Marshall and 88 other people. And that was my entry into the first IIT as a host of a venue. But what really took me by surprise was that on day 2 or 3, I think it was day 3, I was invited to participate. And the organizer said that, we have this thing called requests. So we will request for anything, but please join us. Nobody had ever done that, the zest for contribution, for connection, for making life wonderful for everyone around was something new for me as a host of this venue, which was quite popular for healing retreats and all that. So I was like taken in by a nonviolent communication from that moment onwards. And now it's been 22 years. And I took my time to be certified. So yes, I'm an old person, but a new certified trainer. But having said that, I think my broken heart is healed. We are a functional, a blended family. With my daughters who are now 32, 34, and 39. And I bring to you, my kind of understanding and joy of recovery as a parent. And, also how we can move from survival mode to thrive. And also the inner spiritual growth that NVC supports is really heartwarming. So yeah, we can create a world of mutual understanding, and this whole thing of shared reality, mutuality, that can be scary, that we can say, whoa, that's overwhelming, we can slow down into that and say, what's really important here? Which are the needs that are longing to be considered? And I really found that I could stretch into new possibilities and really live the life of my choice and love myself again, you know. I remember loving myself as a child, and then things happened, right? But now I can truly stand up for myself and also make space for others. So I really hope that you join us. Um, and I want to see all of us, walk alongside each other. So that's me, and I'm very keen to respond to your questions, like all of us are. And I see some familiar faces, and I'm excited.
Okay, thank you,
Over
Rina.
to you, Pedro.
Joar at his hand. Please, Joar, ask your question.
Yeah. I'm coming on the 24th morning to Lisbon Airport, and evening the conference starts. So I wanted to know which is the best and fastest way to reach from Lisbon Airport to Monte Mariposa.
Okay, thank you very much. I may ask your question. From Lisbon to Faro, you have a fast train that takes about 3 hours from Lisbon to Faro, and it costs around 25 euros. 3 hours, 25 euros, and there are 5 trains a day.
Okay.
So I'm going to share here in the chat the link to the document where you have all this information. Yes. Here you can find, in this doc, you can find more information and the link to the ticket line of the train.
Great.
Thank you.
Welcome. Angelina, please.
Yes, thank you for your presentations, Pedro and the rest of the guys. I live in Azores, in the island of São Miguel. So I'll try to speak Portuguese. I'll try to speak in English. If I forget any word, I will speak Portuguese. I think Pedro it's Portuguese, no? I'm sorry, Pedro, you have the microphone.
Yes. Sim, podes falar português, sim, que eu
Ok,
depois
ok.
traduzo.
Ok. Pronto, eu venho dos Açores. Para os residentes percebi que há uma taxa mais barata, certo? Mais acessível. Espero fazer o pagamento no Early Bird, portanto espero fazer até 18 de dezembro. Tenho toda a condicionante de vir de avião para Faro, etc. Pronto, mas acho que já estive a ver e não tenho grandes dúvidas sobre isso. Tenho dúvidas na estadia, porque eu não consigo fazer o pagamento todo, ainda não percebi como é que se faz o pagamento da estadia, na verdade. Porque não consigo até ao final de dezembro fazer o pagamento todo da estadia, mais tudo. Conseguirei provavelmente fazer depois de lá mais para janeiro, ou etc. Portanto, fiquei com dúvidas em relação às estadias, se consigo. Penso que até troquei um e-mail
com ele, Nélia,
sim, com a
creio.
Ilénia, sim, desculpa se não me recordo, não me recordava do nome. E, portanto, a minha dúvida é na estadia, se conseguirei arranjar estadia, se não conseguir arranjar estadia, se terei que ficar perto. Pronto, é mais essa situação. Como é que partilho o quarto? Estou disponível para partilhar o quarto. Tenda de avião não consigo levar, portanto
Sim,
está fora
ok.
de hipóteses, não seria uma alternativa. Conheço da Vira, gosto da Caldas, etc. Mas como agora vivo nos Açores, não consigo fazer essa. Espero, estou muito entusiasmada a fazer.
Ok, obrigado.
E, portanto, não quero falhar nesse aspecto. Obrigada.
Okay, obrigado, Angelina. Angelina is asking for, she's gonna to make she wants to make the payment before the early bird finishes, and I'm very happy for this. And Wilnelli, Angeline is asking for to pay. She wants to pay the tuition now and later the accommodation, and it is possible. You can confirm with me. Yes.
Yes, I guess for efficiency, maybe we can exchange emails with
Yeah. Yeah. Ok. So, for now, sim, só para dizer, Angelina, que é possível fazer o pagamento do IIT antes do early bird e depois fazes o pagamento do alojamento, sim?
Desculpa, o que ela me respondeu no e-mail, como eu disse que só iria conseguir em janeiro ou fevereiro, penso que até referi fevereiro, é que não conseguia garantir se havia lugares de estadia e isso preocupou-me, entendes?
Mas, pronto, é algo que
Percebes?
nós vamos gerir, sim. Vamos ver
Pronto,
como conseguir.
mas eu venho dos Açores, não é? Não consigo levar a.
Sim.
Pronto, tenho que ter essa parte da estadia pensada.
Garantida, sim, nós
Pronto, é só
percebemos.
mais isso, é só isso que me preocupa. O resto, como lá chego, desoriento.
Ok, pronto. Então depois nós temos em conta a tua situação, sim?
Tá bem, obrigada.
Obrigado. Obrigado, Angelina. Thank you. Lisa, please.
Hi, my name is Liza. I'm very new to NVC, Nonviolent Communication. I found the book, I guess the main book, recently. I started reading it and it really resonates with me. But again, I'm very new and I'm just wondering if you could perhaps describe what a day would be like, what sort of workshops, what would a day be like at this retreat?
Any one of the trainers can ask? Okay, Liv, please.
Yeah, so every day there are like a theme that at least one of us will give one session on. And the themes, I don't know them in my head, but they're like there's a day of empathy, there's a day of honesty, there's a day of gratitude, and so on. So there's like different focus points, but it might just be that one or maybe two of us is giving a session on that topic. Because what's also one of the things with an IIT is that there will be many sessions going on back to back and at the same time. So you will need to choose. So this is one of the things that sometimes happen at IITs that you get like, I want to attend everything, which is a good thing, but you cannot. So it's also a sense of being kind of staying tuned to yourself. What is the session I want to attend? So sometimes, so starting from the morning, there's usually a few morning sessions before breakfast. Some people from the group might offer some yoga, some running, some walking in the woods, something together. And then there is breakfast together, which is also part of the whole training, kind of having meals together. And then there's a session, and I know for myself, I usually make sessions that are, practical. Like there's a lot of practice. There's very little talking about it. So you have your books, you have your, I'm a big fan of books. I've written many books myself, but for us coming together, I like to use the time for a lot of practice, a lot of exercising, lots of and so the group will be divided then in small groups and big groups. And then there is the lunchtime, and then there is usually, there's another session in the afternoon, and there's also a session that we call, I don't know what we're going to call it, home groups or family groups, or they have different names during the different IITs, which is a small group of people where you get together with every day. So you get your own like little group where you can share what you've learned, you can go through stuff, you can have empathy for each other, you can, that like a family coming together every day. And then for people who have energy still in the evening, there's usually also something happening in the evening. And it could be everything from dancing for another session, for a deepening. And for some, it's just enough. They need to sleep. I'm not sure if I'm answering, and I see there's lots of different information in the chat for like the themes of the different days and so on. And yes, thank you, Rina, for saying that. There's also different levels. So we have like a basic level for people who are more new and for people who are more advanced. And we also try to keep slots open for depending who's coming with the requests that you have. So we make sessions as we go with the themes of that come up in the group. Usually at the later end of the week, there is much more input from the group that we then make into sessions. Am I
Okay,
in any
thank
way
you.
answering, Liza?
Yes, you're answering very well. I am interested in the amount of listening and note-taking versus practical exercises, getting into breakouts and doing things. So it sounds like there's a fair amount of doing. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm not sure with the other trainers, but I do think that they are in the same they're thinking the same as me, the sense
So
of
there's practicing. You said practicing. So
yeah,
that sounds good. Thank you.
yeah. I think that's how we learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Liza. I remember with the first time with the IIT I participated, I was trying to use NVC in my daily life, but I couldn't because I don't know how to do it in practice, and it was crucial to me to see in practice in the IIT the NVC. So this remember. Welcome, Liza. More questions?
There was another hand up, but maybe I answered that question. I don't know.
Which one?
I didn't see how it was.
It wasn't me. I asked it in the chat and I got the answer. It was
See.
about the theme that you were about to develop. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. What else are you guys curious about that we can share with you?
I see there are quite a few questions in the chat.
There's something about the percentage of English, a question around translation and English. So let's respond to that. Pedro? Gerard?
Please, which question?
There's a,
Why don't you answer it, Rina? I think it's a good idea.
well, somebody's
Yeah.
asking around how much percentage of English will there be, and I'm sensing that it depends, on
Yeah.
the people in the room, and also because it is experiential. At times, the role plays can be in English in a small group, and they can also be in Portuguese. So we would try and see that, there's ease because, it's a heart-based kind of learning. And we also kind of, want to be present to each one's journey. So there would be support of interpreters. And Pedro, I think you could share more.
Yeah, thank you, Rina, for answering. Yes, at the moment we don't know yet the needs of translation, but we are prepared to have interpreters, one interpreter for each trainer at least. But we don't know if they will be needed for the IIT, but we are prepared for that. So we will see the needs, just to give you confidence. Does this answer the question? Yeah, thank you. Angelina, please.
Eu estava aqui a pensar como é que vocês, essa parte da tradução, eu estou a falar em português para ser mais fácil, mas
Sim,
não tenho
sim,
problemas depois em falar em inglês,
ok.
isso não me preocupa, essa parte da tradução, sei perfeitamente o inglês, não me preocupa essa parte. Agora, estava a pensar como é que se decide os níveis de iniciante, intermediário e avançado, como é que vocês decidem isso?
Ah, essa é uma pergunta para uns formadores, não é?
Sim,
Um,
sim.
I'm going to translate the question from Angelina. She's asking, how do you decide what is for beginners, what is for intermediate, and what is for advanced? How do you distinguish between? Who wants to answer?
Yeah, I think it's also based on the number of training days that you have already attended. So that is one very clear idea of whether you fall into basics or intermediate or advanced. And sometimes there is a mix of people. In the earlier days, we try to ensure that all the topics are covered of the basics, the fundamentals. And oftentimes the candidates, certification candidates they may be in that advanced category, but they enjoy attending the basics so that there is more of a curiosity around how basics can be taught by different trainers. So there is support for all levels. And at times there are certain sessions which are specifically for advanced participants. So anyone else wants to add to that?
Yeah, I would like to add that we will also have boards for requests and offerings. So if there is some topic that is in particular interest to you, you can always request. And if it's possible, I really enjoy kind of responding to some of the requests that I can support.
Angelina, serve a resposta?
Sim, a minha resposta, mas que ainda tenho aqui uma dúvida particular, que é, por exemplo, ok, eu comecei a ler o livro e tenho uma formação que não é do Instituto, mas tenho uma formação que vai acontecer em fevereiro. Portanto, não sei se na altura, quando for, não sei se estarei no iniciante, se já estarei ali num pouco mais à frente. E é isso que é a minha dúvida sobre isso.
Ok, eu percebo.
Eu percebi o que é que eles dizem, até porque é como dançar, é diferente dançar, podemos dançar a mesma coisa e o facilitador diferente, é totalmente diferente da pessoa que ensina o básico, mas eu estava a tentar ver onde é que. Mas eu penso que isso depois na altura desenrola-se, não é?
Sim, Angelina. Na altura vais ver, sim, que isto é muito flexível e vai ser completamente fluido e flexível.
É isso que eu estou a perceber.
Vai ser muito fácil.
Estou a perceber isso.
Sim.
Vai lá, Pedro. Ok, obrigada.
Ok, next. Joar, please.
Yeah.
Please, you are muted. Unmute your microphone. Is below, in the left side below. You unmute or unmute.
Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, hi. Sorry to bother you. I just want two things. One is if you can share your email, and second is we can book the train ticket from here, but we wanted to know exactly the name of the city or the town that we have to get off in from Lisbon. Is there anything, because we looked at it and it was not clear from.
You go to the end of the line.
That's
So
what.
don't
Okay,
worry.
so when you get on in Lisbon, you go to the last stop.
Faro, it's Faro,
Faro.
yes.
It's
Yes.
Faro. Okay, thank you. That's all.
Okay.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Okay, that's it.
Ike, please.
Yes, thank you. Oh my God, my heart is beating. I'm not sure if I'm fixed in English. At the moment, I'm not yet decided if I will attend or not, but I'm interested. So that was the possibility why I'm pre-registered, and I was very thankful for this possibility. And there are some questions from myself. Should I attend? No, should I participate or not? Is my most big question. And I'm since several years in certification process, and perhaps I hope next year in summer I will finish. I hope, and I have already attended 2 IITs. Both Dimitri will perhaps remember. Both were in Slovenia with Dimitri, and yes, where I met Leif Larsen, and I really can empfehlen. Make the greatest for her. No, I don't know the English word, sorry. So one point why I think about to participate is because I often wanted to be, or many times, first I would like to be one time in my life in Portugal. And I'm not sure, because I saw the destination and the accommodation, and it's not directly on the sea, but about 30 kilometers away. I read everything you wrote there. And when do we have, you wrote it, I think, do we have something like integration afternoon where we have time to visit the sea, for example? And is it already in the weather in this time where you can go swimming? I'm not sure. You see, I wanted to make something lovely for myself also, and of course NVC is lovely too. And yes, I'm very excited. I also wanted to explain, in Germany, where I come from, a lot of IITs, but I don't want to take part there because everyone is speaking German, and that's too easy for me. So I wanted to improve my English and also be in connection to international, to see that we are all one family. And I'm really deep look for belonging all over the world and to get some possibility to change how we live on our planet. So I love to have international connections in a way, as I can understand the others from the language. So yes, what is the question? The question is,
I think we have a question for you. What do you
Yes.
need from us in order to have you come? What would you like to hear so that you say yes and come and have fun with us?
Yeah.
In a way, I'm looking for my position indeed. Like I would like to be like a kind of help. Also as learning baby giraffe too. So to look which will be my role there. I'm about more than 15 years experience in NVC, and I'm giving workshops too. So
Do you want to hear what are the openings or what are possibilities if you're a candidate and so on? Is that what you're curious? Is that one of the things?
the opportunities, what does it mean?
Is it one of the things that you're wondering about? Is if there will be a place for you as a candidate to contribute, to help, as you call it, maybe?
Yes, and perhaps, but I don't know if this is the place to ask for if there's a possibility to have something like less of the amount to pay because of the other payments which I expect next year when I get perhaps certificated. So,
I think you connect with Vilnelia, is that right? Or is it Pedro? Around that?
Sorry, I didn't, I missed something.
Yeah.
It could be me or Pedro.
Okay.
There is surely a discount percentage for candidates. And Heike, is it, how do you say your name?
Heike is very, very, very wonderful.
Okay. Yeah, Heike, I'm excited that you can come and also offer sessions in the evening, you know, a short session for which you can receive feedback and support from the trainers and the community as well. So I can imagine it's vulnerable. At the same time, you know, by being there, we can also be kind of see how safe it can be, you know. So that I have experienced that, you know, stepping out of my comfort zone, going to Sweden and wherever, you know, and finding warmth and a soft space to land. So I hope to see you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I'm complete. Thank you. I'm nourished.
And maybe just to encourage you, Aika, we have pre-registrations from all the corners of the planet. So I believe it will be a good opportunity to make connections with people from different points of the world. So come.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
I live in a wonderful island, so if you want to come after and visit me, it's okay. I have a place for you.
Angelina
Okay.
is from Azores. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I see that there's a question around the themes that we are likely to offer, and I guess without the request from the group, but what are the things that you would dream of contributing with, Gerardo? What are the things that you would have fun with contributing to?
Yes, I love doing introductions to NVC in a very unique way using the NVC dance floors. I don't know if you're familiar with them. And I'm also very keen on inner work, healing trauma, healing the inner child, um, doing a lot of inner empathy, and also talking about the difference between self-empathy and inner empathy, which for me, it's a little bit different. Yes, basically that. I like working with the dance floors because it's an opportunity to use your body, the space, move, use your visual intelligence as you're integrating NVC and interacting with other people. So that's what I would say for myself. Thank you, Liv. And I pass the floor to Dimitri.
Yeah, thank you, Gerardo. Yeah, I like to respond to what is alive at the moment. So it's kind of I have a lot of stuff prepared. We can stay for 2-3 weeks, no problem. But still, just one of the things that really interest me, it's actually how to learn NVC and have some fun and play. So not just being strictly with some exercises, but also some ways how to learn to connect to our needs, to connect to ourselves with that one. And yeah, one of the topics that I already mentioned, it's passion versus compassion. So it's kind of how can I follow my dream? How can I be alive? How can I really be passionate about something and still kind of manage to find compassion to me and to others? So how not to overdo things, how not to overthink things, how to find things that block me to find my way into that. Yeah, and also I do a lot of exercises it involves body. So we can call it movement, embodiment. So how can we really being deeply connected to ourselves and still wanting to express something that is quite alive in us. So we spend a lot of time in our heads, and we need our heads, it's fine, but just at the moments we really need some sort of essence, how to connect to what we are, how to connect what is important in me, and really not just think that I need something, but I really sense it in a way. Yeah, and also this touches like three pillars that I kind of see. So it's kind of mind, body, and spirit in a way. So it's kind of holistically use our whatever we are to communicate and connect to ourselves and others. That's me. So maybe Rina?
Yeah, I have put a lot in chat in case y'all are able to access that. But I really want to, look at how needs motivate me and us, and how life can be led differently in the sense of, in a wholesome way, in education, for social change, for, kind of energizing all our roles as parents, partners, professionals, teachers, and how we can be more present to life as it unfolds through the themes that are there. Really co-creating the session with the requests that come up, and also the levels that we kind of support, through the sessions. So I enjoy bringing fundamentals also to make them experiential so that we can integrate as we learn. Because I would love all of us to go back with an experience of how NVC can, help us live from a heart, from a more kind of, joyful space, even when we are in pain. Like there's a saying, which I have, like pain is given, like even birth is painful, like giving birth is painful, but suffering is a choice. So how can we really, really, dignify our lives and live them from a more core space? I hope that helps. It was a lot of words.
Okay.
I also wrote in the chat some of the sessions that I usually do, but if you know me since before, one of the things I work with a lot is shame, how shame gets in the way of us connecting, how shame gets in the way for us connecting inwardly, and how we can transform that shame into vulnerability and compassion. Not get rid of it, not trying to, do some kind of inner surgery and cut something away, but to transform it, finding the core of that, finding what's there beyond that shame, and have that be part of us showing up more in the world. And I also usually do sessions on mediation, on conflict resolution, like something you get a sense of what mediation can be. And I also have come to notice that the issue of power, how we use power when it comes to nonviolent communication, how we use power when it comes to communication, is usually not very clear. We know in NVC we have the concept of protective use of force. And sometimes when we look at power, it looks like we're trying to judge power as bad, and we lose the clarity around it. We put it in good and bad boxes instead of looking at it and trying to find what are the needs behind it. What are the needs that it's trying to serve? So that's one of the things I also enjoy having on my agenda if people want to come. So that's some tastes of that. What else is there that we want to have a chance to answer before?
I'm going to share here the email of the organizer team. Someone asked the email.
Yes. And I see also Keiko. I see that you're here, and Keiko is one of our attending trainers that will also be of support coming. Do you want to say anything, Keiko, or just say hi?
Yeah, just say hi is enough. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Liv.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Michael.
Michael, please. Please, you are mute. Unmute your microphone.
Thanks. I have a question about the accommodation situation, because we have to select, like, if we want to have a single, a double, or a multiple room. And I would like to share a room with a person, but I can't name a name for that. So my idea in my world would be just to say, okay, I'm open for a 4-person room or whatever. And would you then select other people for that, or how does it work? How be the best approach for that?
If your question is, you want to know how do we
I'd like, now the thing is, if I register and I have to submit the money, there's also my choice of what room I want to have. And I don't have the knowledge of who is attending, and or can say, okay, I'd like to be in the room with those 4 people. I would just say, okay, here, this is my idea of how I'd like to be accommodated during that time, and without knowing if it's possible to check that. So, is there any information about how the selection process would work, or how that will be done?
I may try to answer, and will Nelly, if you have something to add. Well, now you need to choose each what room do you prefer? Double, triple, or dormitory?
Yes.
You pay the price for that room, and then we distribute the participants for the different rooms, but we have no criteria. If you have any preference for any person, you may say us, and we will take you into account. But we have no criteria for distribution the people by the rooms. But now what you have is to choose which room do you prefer.
Yes. And last question around that is, if that preferred category is no longer available because too many people chose it.
Yeah, the criteria is by the order of by the moment of the inscription.
Yeah.
When you pay the room, we assure your room when you pay.
Okay.
If you choose now, we have the different rooms all available. All, no single, I'm not sure. We have still one single available.
Okay.
That's
fine for me.
Did I
Thank you.
answer you? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Juliana, please.
So hello everybody. I'm from India, and I have very recently been certified, just as recently as September, the 26th of September of this year. So And I have been on the journey since 8 years in 2016. I want to say that Reena has been the one who was the first one to welcome me into my very first NVC experience when she used to organize the India conventions, NVC India conventions. And thereafter, she has been with me as a mentor, as a friend, and I feel so grateful to you, Reena, for this. Yeah, just wanted to say this.
And I look forward to seeing you and journeying with you in Portugal.
Thank you, Reena. Thank you. I look forward to this with a lot of excitement because I also want to remember Vilnelia. Vilnelia, we met so many times at so many different training sessions in India, and Liv, when you came to India to give us on mediation, and I attended that time. So this, what I wanted to say is I haven't also just applied to be a supporting trainer. And I look forward to this opportunity really with a lot of excitement to learning together from all of you, as well as sharing whatever I have received in maybe evening spaces, being of service to certification candidates, maybe, whatever they need to discuss, bring up maybe KDs, key differentiations or processes or anything, any other way that I can be home groups, whatever I can be of service, and wherever I can be of service besides being able to learn from all of you. Thank you so much. So I just wanted to say, really looking forward. The decision has not yet been taken about me coming as a supporting trainer yet, but I'm hoping that I'll get the opportunity to serve and contribute. And NVC has really kind of been something that has, it's something after my heart. It has changed my life in terms of being able to be self-connected, get clarity about what is important to me in terms of needs awareness, then to act, and also to see this, the same energy of needs and try and guess it in others, and then open my heart and compassion. So and connect with people. And most importantly, what really caught my heart and mind and spirit was Marshall's definition of needs as beloved divine energy. So that is something that I just dwell in and live in and, delight in. Just want to end with that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Alice.
Yeah, first I wanted to thank you for your answers on the theme that you were about to put in the IoT. It gave me much clarity. And I have a more practical question, which is about, is it possible to arrive the day before the EIT starts, so it's we can relax, set ourselves, and be really ready for the day it starts? And how I see that we came in bus from Tavira. I don't know if there is so much bus, but if we can arrive the day before, I think that there's not a problem.
Yeah, thank you for the question. You contacted already the venue, right? You contacted Monte Mariposa to arrive one day before or not?
No, not at all.
So if you want to arrive one day before, you should contact directly Monte Mariposa, or if you want, I can contact them. I take your name, and
No, I think I'm gonna contact them because I have a peculiar alimentary diet, so it's important that I talk to them. So I will contact them.
If you need some support, please ask us, and we will help you to arrange the things.
Yeah, thank you. Could you put if you know the address where I can contact them? But I think that they have a website.
Yeah, they have, but I
Okay.
can share here the web page.
Okay. And so what I understand is that we pay for a number of nights in Monte Mariposa, and the night before the day begins is not included.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. That's much clearer.
Thank you, Alice. Simon, oh, you are going. Any other question? No. Okay, we have 1 hour, more or less, 1 hour of meeting. May we close here? No more questions. So, in the name of the trainers, organizers team, thank you for your presence here. Hoping to see you in next April in Algarve. And please, if you have any questions, write us an email and we will be here to help you. Okay? Yes, Gerardo, please.
Sorry, 1 second before we go. There were 2 questions about when the time that the first day starts and so on. I just copied and posted and pasted the link to all the information about the IIT, so you may want to go there. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Sorry, Pedro.
Okay.
So we're saying good night. Yes.
Do you want to say something? Goodbye.
Yeah. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
We hope to see you there.
Yeah. Please
Thank you
spread the
very
word
much.
and bring your friends.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for your
Bye.
time all
Bye.
together.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Good night.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, Vilnelia. Bye. Bye, Rina.
Bye,
Bye,
Obrigada.
everyone.
Obrigado. Tchau,
Obrigado.
Lina.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Breve.
But
Bom Natal e boa passagem de ano.
Igualmente.
I don't see the information about when it starts, but on the website. Yeah.
Usually post lunch on the first day for participants.
I didn't heard the beginning of your sentence.
It's
the-
usually post lunch, after lunch, for the participants, and I'm guessing willy-nilly once everyone registers, there will be more information.
Okay.
Sent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you,
on
Alan.
yeah. Starts on the 25th. I can see on the website. Yes.
Yes.
Friday the 25th and ends on Sunday the 4th.
4th May.
And Alice, you can see the link that I just sent, full details. You will see everything written, like the video, everything should be helpful for you. And
Thank you.
contact me.
That's
Okay.
perfect.
Bye bye. So
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye, Michael.
bye bye. See you fellow
Bye.
trainers tomorrow.
Bye, Vilnelia. Yeah. Bye, Rina.
Bye bye everybody. Good night. Pedro, Vilnelia. Thank you.
Ciao. Thank
Dimitri,
you.
Liv. Bye bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.